Hi everybody. Since we did the live stream of the lighting of the house back on Thanksgiving, we decided this time to do a video and post a video of the platform and tree in the living room. This is the platform that we put underneath our Christmas tree every year. It goes together exactly the same way every year because of its size. It takes roughly about 4 days from the time I bring the platform pieces up from the basement and put them together to the time to get to where you see it now as the finished product. The platform itself consists of 4 sections. There's a 4x4 section in the dining room, 4x4 section underneath the tree in the living room, a 2x3 foot piece that's on the end of the platform by the hearth of the fireplace, and a little 6x2 foot piece that connects the 2 platforms, the one in the living room and the one in the dining room, together to make it one 4x10 foot platform. The rows that you see are painted right onto the layout. The trolley tracks are embedded in the roadway. In fact, it was the proof of concept that I did with the trolley in lieu of doing it on my platform, my hobby platform in the basement. That section of the layout that's in the dining room is actually 3 layers of 1/16" plywood. One layer on the bottom that the track for the trolley was mounted to, another layer to come up level with the rails on the trolley track, and another 3rd layer which creates all the curbs that you see around the roads in that section. The section that's in the dining room also has 5 leg levelers underneath. So because the dining room has a hardwood floor, the living room has a carpeted floor, and they're not at the same level physically. So in order to make the platform square and flat, the section in the dining room has to be leveled using the 5 leg levelers to bring it to the same level as the piece of the platform that's in the living room. The whole platform is done in a snow scene, which is kind of traditional for underneath the Christmas tree. The mountains are made out of a combination of wood and screen framing underneath. Some artificial stone pieces are used to form the rock cuts that you see in the mountain. And then there's 2 layers of the white sheet cotton that's laid over the top of the mountains to make it opaque. one of the things I got into was because of my grandfather. He used to do in his house at Christmas time. He had what they called a middle room back in the day, which would be a dining room nowadays, and it had a 3 double hung bay window arrangement where he put the tree, and then he would build his platform around the tree and around two walls of the middle room. He would make the mountains a similar way that I would do mine, where I'm using wood and screen so that it's easier to put up and put together. My grandfather used to do the mountains made out of basically cardboard boxes of different sizes. He would cut them to shape the mountain and then roll up newspaper to fill in the gaps between the boxes. And that was how he made his mountains. But basically he would do the same thing, but on a little bit larger scale. He used to run the HO that you see on my layout on his platform, along with an American Flyer S-gauge train that he had. And 2 of the houses that you see on the layout are scratch-built houses that my grandfather made for his platform, and then the ski chalet that you see on this platform was a scratch-built house made by my grandfather for my hobby layout when I was a kid. It's since graduated from my hobby layout to the Christmas platform in honor of my grandfather. And the train was a kit. It's a former Mantua, which is a company before a company called Tyco that made the kit. My grandfather built each of the cars and the locomotive from kits. In fact, my father used to help him at times. And then when I, about 15 years ago, received the kit from my uncle, my mother's youngest brother, I had to restore the locomotive because it wasn't exactly in running condition. And I got lucky on eBay. I found the exact same kit on eBay for $50 unassembled. It was still in the original box. And that's how I managed to restore it. The train itself is roughly about, I'm going to be 65, and it's roughly at least 65 years old. I remember seeing that train at my grandfather's as long as I can remember as a kid. So it may actually be pushing somewhere between 65 and 70, depending on when it was built.